Hello, Libra, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're getting through winter. We're approaching the end of January here, and I'm done with it. I don't know about you. If you're in a place where it's cold and windy and a little snowy now and then, I'm just so ready for spring and summer, but hopefully you're getting through it. And if you're in a warm environment, just know that the rest of us are very envious. So enjoy it. This will be your weekly reading for the week of January 25th through the 31st. And during that time, we do have a first quarter moon that comes in on the 26th. And a first quarter to me is kind of like a mini full moon, where just for a day, even maybe just a few hours during that day, you might feel a little bit impulsive or impatient, or your mind is just active and it's hard to settle down and just get anything done. So keep that in mind. Right after that comes the waxing gibbous energy, and that's a way calmer time. It allows for a deeper understanding and outlook. It lets us be a little bit more flexible and make adjustments, but it does allow for us to buckle down and get things accomplished. So keep those moon energies in mind as we're moving through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Libra. So, as always, please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: confidence is your key to success. All right, let's see where the Libra Collective needs to be confident this week. As I'm shuffling the tarot cards, I would like to say that my fun weekly reminder this week is that you keep a spiritual journal. Sometimes we don't recognize the patterns that are evolving in our spiritual life. And so having a journal that's really just dedicated to those things has been so helpful to me. And that's why I'm passing this information on to you. It's like if you're having, if you have a synchronicity, write that down. If you're, number patterns, numbers that you're seeing a lot, anything that you're learning. For me, it's also been very important when it comes to dream journaling. Sometimes we don't always really know the meanings of our dreams when we have them. If you ever wake up and you're just like, it's just a crazy dream and it's hard to piece it together. And I've had times where I've come back a year or even 2 or more years later and read a dream and thought, oh, that makes so much sense. This thing played out in my life and I wasn't able to really put that symbolism, but the dream was totally trying to, give me a little heads up about it. So, and if that's some insider way for us to learn how those dreams work or what kind of symbolism it might be using, it's just a really good tool because it's very unique and personal to all of us. So, but keeping a spiritual journal is just really helpful for that. So, all right, on that note, I will quit babbling here, Libra. Let's get into this reading. January 25th through the 31st. Confidence is your key to success. And your present energy right now, Libra, is the Queen of Cups. I've seen her quite a lot this month. This is about, just really a good understanding of your own emotional world, how your emotions work, being very just even keeled and understanding about it, but also the people around you that you understand, why this person is feeling a certain way. Like you can just really see the bigger picture on all the people around you also. Your current situation right now is the Emperor. So, you're in a place here of leadership. Of course, if confidence is your key to success, there's no better card to pull out than the Emperor, because this is probably the most confident card in the entire deck. This is a builder. This is an authority figure. This is someone who knows how to get things done. Someone who's very established, who just does things in a very systematic manner, is very highly skilled at what they do. So if you need to embody that to get something accomplished, it's just a really, really good energy to take on to get things done. At the root of your situation is the Queen of Wands. So lots of royalty showing up here for you today. So the root of your situation is this is something, whatever's going on with you right now is something that you are very passionate about, that you need to be confident. It's maybe is something that you're building and but again, being very emotionally even keeled about it, but also, um, having that understanding of your emotions, but also having the understanding of why it's driving you so much. Why you're so passionate about it. You just have a really good, you're just really, really in touch with that and the people around you also. What is in your recent past here is the King of Wands. So look at you go with these cards. I mean, if you need confidence this week and that's your key to success, I mean, it's just showing up everywhere. It's showing up in all, We're in the passion realm now, the building realm, the emotional realm. It's just that you just need to be a rock and be confident and know that you have all of these skills. We all have all of these skills embedded. And, sometimes you just have to dust some out, dust off a certain skill and say, I can do this. I can do this. The emperor isn't worried about if he can build a thing or do a thing. The emperor's like, I know how to get things done. You just need to take that energy on. What is on your mind this week is the magicians. I love this reading. What is going on with the Libra, the collective this week? So here's the magician asking you, how do you want to move forward? Are you going to use these wands? Are you going to, use those cups of emotion? Is this something material with the pentacles or something intellectual with the swords? And the magician is telling you you can use all of these elements or pick one to be the more prominent one, but we'll see. So far we've got two on the table. Let's see if some of these other elements come out as well. What is just ahead of you this week is a little bit of celebration here with the Three of Cups. So that might be something else that you choose. Is not only, are you confident in getting something accomplished, but you're going to celebrate the fact that you do this week. I love this reading. I really do. And look at you. You've chosen all of the elements so far except for swords. We'll see if they come out. So, in your advice position is the Three of Wands. So, this is definitely about a new venture. This is about moving forward in your future. This could be about travel. And also, now we have two threes on the table. So, do look up angel number 33 and write that in your journal a little bit and write down the meaning to that. You may see this for, later on in your week. I've been seeing a lot of threes lately. I'm a four person. I do see fours all the time. And I think it's really interesting when I do have another number pattern that sneaks in. And I would say for the past couple of months, I've been seeing 333 quite a bit. And where do I see these? Of course, on clocks or timestamps here and there of something or a license plate or a sign when I'm driving. So um, anyway, there's a couple of threes for you, but this is some new venture, and it's that's your advice is to take this new venture, is to do it, that you can be confident and you can move on in this and do very well at it. All right, what is beyond your control this week is the moon, which is awesome because this is about using your intuition. This is about paying attention to those dreams. These are things that happen, that come in the night, that you can't really explain. It's like a knowing that you have, or again, it might be a dream that maybe you've had that didn't really make sense at the time, but you see some things that are coming together and you're like, I had a dream about this. This is totally something. So that's kind of beyond your control, and to really just trust your intuition this week as well. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? You're trying to avoid feeling stuck. But remember, not only is the Eight of Swords a card about being stuck, but it's a card about being able to get out of it, right? This is, how did I get here and how do I get out of it? And so, is that your secret desire, or maybe are you just trying to avoid that? So, that'll be a big question for you this week, is where are you feeling like, am I stuck and how do I get out of it? Or am I like, I'm not even going to look at how I'm stuck? So that'll, and some of you will answer that in different ways, and it'll apply differently to your life, but that'll be your big question this week, is, are you trying to avoid looking at that, or is it your secret desire to really say, okay, I'm done being stuck and I'm going to get out of this? What is in your outcome position is the Queen of Swords. I want you to look at the royalty that is showing up here. So Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. The only thing I'm not seeing on this entire reading right now is Pentacles, except for the one that's on the table of the Magician. So this change that you're going through, it doesn't appear to be, it's more about passion, I think, than passion and emotion of something, than it is about monetary gain, or so I don't think this is really like related to a job. This is like, do you want to go on that trip because you want to learn a thing, or it's just something that's going to fulfill some desire that you have. There's no pentacles here, so I don't see that it's materially related. This is an internal change that you're doing. I mean, it could be things that are coming out externally, but I almost get the feeling like this is about, if it's work related, it's about starting a venture it's beyond money. It's like the money's fine, the money's there. This is about really accomplishing something that's even bigger than a monetary gain. I hope that makes sense. What is hidden from you this week? Wow. Speaking of pentacles, here's the 10 of Pentacles. And this is about thinking about, the security. This is generational wealth and security, and you're not even thinking about that. And maybe you've already accomplished that, or you just know that if you make this decision in the right way, this is a given. So interesting that that's where that card is, but it's hidden from you this week. It's not primary on your mind. So, this could pop out next week, but it's not something that's there this week. This is a very interesting reading. Confidence is your key to success, Libra. I'm so curious to know what you guys are starting. What is new? What are you building? With the Emperor and the Magician and all of this royalty around you. It's so, so interesting. And this is kind of a major move here. We've got 1, 2, 3 major arcana, but so many royalty cards also. So if you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are going through, because I find this reading fascinating. All right, let's see what you need to wrap it up here. The Soul Oracle deck, let's get you a final message here. Quietly serve. Quietly serve. So whatever this is for you, it maybe have something to do with some sort of service or quiet service or something, again, that you're building internally or externally. But I don't think it's about monetary gain for you. So it's something else entirely. All right, what does Libra need to do in the way of self-care as they're going through this week? Through whatever this evolution is this week. Self-care for Libra. All right. The card that you get says, speak up. If you avoid conflict to keep the peace, you start a war inside yourself. So be confident, speak up when you need to say a thing. I don't think that's an issue. I don't see any of these cards. This is the only one that might be afraid to speak up, but she actually needs to speak up. So Queen of Swords isn't afraid to speak her mind. None of the royalty cards are, neither is the Magician or the Emperor. So if you do need to speak your mind this week, be confident, speak up, say the things that need to be said. And I think that's going to lead to some sort of success. Again, this card is hidden from you. So this isn't about monetary gain this week. I'm so curious to know what this might be. I'm going to have to look around to the Libras that I know and see what's going on in their life this week. Also, I will remind you again to look up angel number 33, see if that has any meaning for you. So, Libra, thank you so much for being here this week. I do hope there's something that you can take away and use in your life in a positive way this week from this reading. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those as well. Also, if you like my reading style, if you hit like and subscribe, it makes me really, really happy. Also, it'll help you find me next week, which is the best part, really. So thanks so much, Libra, and I will see you next week. Good luck with all of this. Bye-bye.